Today we're going to cover number one, the problem with focusing on trust. Number two, the distinct differences between trust and trustworthiness. And number three, how Greater Than Learning has been designed to help you enhance the qualities of trustworthiness and close the ethical intent to action gap. We have three distinct learner outcomes in focus. Number one, we want to develop a basic understanding of the difference between trust and trustworthiness. Number two, we want to understand why designing for the qualities of trustworthiness are more likely to lead to positive outcomes. And number three, we want to begin exploring how you can take this understanding into the work that you do on a daily basis. This is the first page of an incognito Google search result for the term trust by design. As you'll see, some of the biggest professional services firms, EY, PwC, they're using this language. Big tech companies, banks, and other institutions have also used similar framing in the past. But as is highlighted by the likes of the Edelman Trust Barometer, trust remains at an all-time low. In fact, active distrust is at an all-time high. No institution is seen as both ethical and competent. And as we called out in lesson 1 of Making Better Together, ethics is 3 times more important than competence when it comes to trust. Frankly, the market is spending too much time focused on variable outcomes and not enough time on the qualities that might make them worthy of people's trust. Trust and trustworthiness are related, but they are different in the context of organizational design. Trust is often thought of as the willingness to be vulnerable to the actions of others. It's also referred to as the firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. And perhaps the one that we like most. Trust is often referred to as high confidence in the unknown. But trust is complicated. It's a relational state. It's a variable outcome. Trustworthiness describes the qualities that make you worthy of someone or some thing's trust or confidence. Now, the former can't be controlled. Designing for it is complex, nuanced, and ambiguous. The latter, however, can be directly influenced. Designing for the qualities of trustworthiness are more tangible, measurable, and practical. We define verifiable trustworthiness as an independent and well-evidenced demonstration that 1. An organization is transparent in communicating its true intent. Number 2, an organization consistently delivers the value that it promises. And number 3, that same organization is truly willing to own the consequences, both positive and negative, of its actions. By our definition, these are the 3 primary qualities of trustworthiness that we focus on and actively design to enhance. To make the qualities a little more concrete, let me provide 3 examples. Number 1, few organizations do a great job of communicating how their business works, how they are incentivized, and how their incentive structures encourage or discourage certain behaviors. An organization committed to the trustworthiness quality of transparency should explicitly communicate these organizational dynamics in ways that help people decide if they're the type of organization worth trusting, worth placing their confidence in. Now, this can be done openly via various communication channels. It can be done in the context of certain decision-making like a sign-up process, or intermittently if and where it might be relevant. Number 2, lots of organizations focus on delivering their value proposition. After all, competence is something that most organizations over-invest in relative to ethics. However, few organizations really succeed at surpassing the expectations they set. Organizations committed to the trustworthiness quality of value delivery should actively engage their customers and other key stakeholders in design and decision-making processes, upfront, during active use, and after active use, so that value is collectively defined, designed, and realized. Number 3, many organizations celebrate their wins. This is a form of owning positive consequences. However, few excel at owning the negative outcomes that they contribute to. Organizations committed to the trustworthiness quality of consequence ownership should explicitly commit to an operational ethics framework that is highly inclusive and participatory by design. Through this commitment, they can support proactive, retroactive, and retrospective decision-making and action. The functions of the framework will enable actions taken, particularly those that result from a negative outcome, to be the most socially preferred by key stakeholders. The core learning streams within Greater Than Learning have been specifically designed to support practical approaches to trustworthiness by design. And they build upon the leading work that we did at our services firm, Greater Than X. In fact, our models and methods are now integrated into information sharing ecosystems, products and services, and cross-functional workflows all around the world. These core learning streams include better disclosure, data trust by design, operationalizing data ethics, courageous leadership, and better incentives. Each of these functional learning areas supports specific actions that will enhance at least one area of organizational trustworthiness. These streams, along with the explicit design of the platform and community, exist to help close the ethical intent to action gap. That's our purpose. By working together, by learning from one another, by supporting and challenging one another, we can design for the qualities of trustworthiness. We can close the ethical intent to action gap. And most importantly, we can start making better together.